Hey
Hello
guys, quick
everyone.
disclaimer
Today we
from
got
the
a new
future.
interesting video here.
We
We
don't
got
really
level
need
82
chance to
naked
suppress, so when
duelist
you see me
and we're gonna
buying
be
this
making ourselves an
bases
SST
that have
build using
fractured
6
spell
divines
suppression,
and
just
we're
don't
gonna
do
be
that
following
and buy a
following
base for
Scissorin's guide.
life and
So
craft it that way.
it's gonna
The
be quite
process will
simple
be exactly the
since
same,
this is
but
focusing
we
on
don't really need
the
spell
newbies
suppression since
mainly.
there is not
So
a
let's try to follow
good
it
way
to
to
the
cap
T's.
it out.
Okay,
So yeah,
now
that's it.
first of all, what do we do? When you are looking at somebody else's guide, the first thing you do is go to notes. Now, what do we see in notes? Jagged technique. So, whenever he reaches like uh, level 100-ish, he switches from jagged technique to the passive for aggravation of the bleeding, I believe. So we don't do that yet. We are at level 82, at least for me, and let's follow his level 83 to 93 build first. Okay, now what was the change I made? Uh, I went this way first instead of doing this, and we might go back to this, we might not. Maybe we take a cluster here, depends on how tanky we are, of course. Now, what to prioritize? The build is scaling on armor and evasion. Considering that the main thing we want to get is the cardinal shield or just a good shield in general. Let's make this trait real quick. I will be using that for the budget, I'm sorry. So if we write shield right here and we input like what mainly this has is, let's see, he has a lot of armor, of course, it's the main thing he scales. So let's try writing that in. 1.5, 1.5, not here, here. Okay, what else? He gets some resistances, but mainly spell suppression, right? Let's go spell chance to suppress spell damage. Okay, let's say 15. We got any 15s here? No. Let's say 0. Wait, what? Okay. Then what's the highest armor and energy shield we can get? Uh, mhm. Okay, let's do it like this then. Okay, as you can see, it's very expensive, so we are not going to go with that. Let's check out something like this. As we can see, we have more options here, and 10 suppression with decent armor. Okay, basically nothing that good. Okay, now what I have here, not this, but somewhere, yeah, I got this one for, I can check the price, okay, but I got this for around 5C, and we're gonna be using this shield. This has 100% of the base, so it's well rolled, it's quality up, and let's just roll with it. Now, what do we need? This has chaos res and spell suppression as his suffixes. Now, what we can prioritize is chaos res. But since we are on a budget, I think it's better if we ignore chaos resistance for now and use something like this. Of course, if you have bigger pocket, you can obviously go for actually let's take a look at this again. So what he's using right here, let me also search this again. So they have this is combination. Uh, so they mostly have percentage increases for their shields that are 1k plus evasion, right? So we need this combination 100%, and it must be a high roll. Okay, in that case, let's really use chaos. Chaos resistance essence. Let's go with envy and buy, let's say, nine of them, or yeah, just go for 9. Oops. Any niners? We got 1. 1, 2, 3, 3. Essence crafting is very powerful, so remember that if you are going to craft something, always use essences. Not always, of course, there are exceptions, but usually it's very good for easy crafting. It's very good for crafting simple items like this. Okay, let's give it a couple of attempts. Like this is bad. If we didn't have just a block, we could have crafted the thing, but accuracy, we don't need accuracy at all, and tier 5 is trash. Now this is already quite good. If we do this and we put in, let's see, what do we want here? What will give us the most armor? Evasion. Let's write it like this. Evasion, life. We don't need a life, so we should go with something else. What do the other guys have? To be honest, I don't really see anything other than putting life on it. Block recovery and shit, yeah. Okay. 21, 21. Let's check armor too. 21, 21, 21, 21. Armor, evasion, and energy shield. Armor and energy shield. What's the difference? Why won't I use this instead of all this shit? Okay, anyway. This is a decent shield. It has good resistances. Let's price check this. Remove life. Let's say 40 and 25. So we made a decent shield. Alright. We already have a shield and we look cool. Okay, but the problem with this shield is that it has no suppression. Okay, let's look for the other items. What other items are very important? We can just get these rings, right? Yeah, he uses them for endurance charges. What about this? He uses the same rings. Okay. I should have made this earlier, but it's alright. Okay, the gloves. He's going for Chaos Rest again. He's using a lot of rare items, so it's quite easy to go for suppression and chaos resistance in your slots. Now, let's try crafting uh, body armor since it's kind of important, not kind of, but very important. Body armor, 6 link, and we need evasion and armor base. And now what we always need to do is we go to Craft of Exile, go to body armors, and we search strength text. Now I know that I need item level 86 usually for spell suppression tier 1, but you need item level 84 for the resistances. So it's ideally we get something that is item level 86 minimum. Okay, and here are some corrupted items. We go for non-corrupts. Now we need to find actually good base. Now what we can do is we go to emulator and we click on create item, body armors, and where is it? Strength X. Now here's the list of item bases, and we can go off from this. For example, this sounds the best, Conquest Lamellar, but I guess it's very expensive. Also, we have to uh, keep in mind strength and dex requirements. He has 127 dex, which he was complaining about, that it's the dexterity is hard to get. So maybe we go something like full wyvern scale. Uh, my bad. Wyvern scale. Now this is very expensive. We have to consider our budget, but we already made the most important item, and this kind of is the second most important item. So I guess it's fine to go all in on the chest piece. Now you can in general use split items, but let's not. So I hope this guy invites me. Yeah. Now, what we have to keep in mind is that this does not have any life on his armor, and he's using this modifier right here, 50% more life. Now, the easiest way to craft that, double check always, full wyvern scale, 86, okay, thank you. Now, the easiest way to craft that is through but using resonators and using dense fossils. Now we already have 9 dense fossils, and we will get some chaotic resonators right now. Let's see the price here. We have chaos orbs and we need chaotic resonator. Let's go to ninja and chaotic resonator. 1.5. Yeah, it's a decent price. Let's go for 30. Okay. Okay, whatever. Others did not buy. Let's start socketing them in. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but it seems to be fun. Okay, now what we are looking for on our chest piece is spell suppression, of course, and armor and evasion, and that's that. I mean, resistances would be nice, but let's see what we can roll. Like this is crazy good armor and evasion, and we can leave it at that, to be honest. But I'm feeling greedy
What have
and
you got for
I'm gonna do something crazy.
Ahoy there.
Currency exchange, annual, yeah, 6, whatever. And we also need scraps. Wars. We will need this for the other items as well. Now, what I can do is just slam an annual on it, hope it hits cold res. It's pretty low, and go on. What I would do if I was you in my position, I wouldn't be a greedy fuck, and I would just leave this chest piece as it is, finish all the other items, and then come back to this. But I'm very confident in this annual, so I'm gonna click, and we removed a wrong suffix, but we still got the suffix. Now from here on, what we can do, since the prefixes are quite decent, we could craft prefix cannot be changed and re-roll it with chaos from harvest, for example, and we could have chaos res. But let's not do fancy stuff right now and just keep this the way it is. Okay, now this is already quite a decent start. Let's put it right here. I'm gonna be crafting one more item and then I'm gonna make a part 2 or just keep going. Now let's see. This axe looks kind of complicated, to be honest. And if we look at his min-maxed version, it's even more complicated. So what we can do is find his axe first. Okay, it's right here. And edit, copy, and post it in the emulator. Bed format. Is there no way for us to get something like this? Okay, first of all, let's check if there is something like this on the market. Now this is a hunter item and warlord. Oh, so he probably used some sort of awaken or orb combination for this. So it's gonna be very expensive to have this same exact axe. So I would not really go with this for now. If I were you, I would prioritize Vislasta or something like that and just go for min-maxed, not min-maxed, but mid-game version for now. Damage over time multiplier, damage over time multiplier, physical damage over time, physical damage over time, and level of socketed gems. Oh, damn, this axe is quite expensive, but let's see. Physical damage. So we can get 31, 35 from this. This guy has 20. That's trash. And damage over time multi. Okay, so we have to get this as a mod. Okay, now what we do here is we go to Craft of Exile and we click one-handed items, one-handed access, and we have to find uh, damage over time multi, damage over time multi. The mod is right here. Damage over time multi, let's say tier 2. And we have to go with this. Now, what we can do is there's not really a lot of ways to get good craft on this, I guess, but let's try. I also usually set resonators to 3 since 4 is quite expensive. But as you can see, it's 30 tries and it gives us 289 chaos expense. So we don't want that. Let's see if there is something good in the essences. Attack speed, spell damage, suffering, crit, cast, crit. Let's have a look at it again. Maybe it appears. But as you can see, it did not. Okay, so attack speed. I think it kind of scales with it, right? 2.1k tries. Okay. Oh, fuck it. How do we craft this? Now, one way we can do it is, I guess, doing alteration span. Not good. Okay, as you can see, I bought Chaos Orbs and I'm getting literally spammed. So that's not good. But let's keep going, and I know how to craft the axe. It's me from the future, by the way. I made a couple of mistakes while recording this, so we're starting crafting the axe from scratch. And let's see what we need here. Now, difference between tier 1 and tier 2 is pretty negligible. And if we get something like 88, for example this, it's worth to pay 50C instead of 1 divine. Okay, let's pay this. Let's buy this. So what we need is 50C, 1, 2, 10. Okay. Double check if it has extra mods. It does not. Let's take it and say thank you. Okay, now we have 1x. Now how Awakener Orb works is you take influenced modifier from one item and you put it into another item. So we have this crappy base here, but we will buy a good base from this section here, which has bleeding deals damage faster, and we're gonna take this ice pick, which is fine in terms of item level, but let's look for higher item level ones just in case. Honestly, I don't think it matters, but let's buy higher item level one. Pruning hatchet 135. Oops. 135 base attack, 5 crit. I'm just looking at the base. Now this base seems to be going pretty well with what this has. So let's actually get this one. Runic hatchet. He responded. 1, 2, 3, 14. Now while we're at it, we can buy this. Oh no, this has 300 mods, we can't buy that. We need to buy something else. So what you need to consider is that the item can't really have all these crazy modifiers. So you only need an item that has one modifier. Where is where's the stash? Am I blind? Okay, let's not waste time. Oh, he came himself. Awakener orb. Thank you. Okay, we got a Awakener orb. Now let's look for the items. And actually, what we can also do is we disable this. I had it on previously, and we choose this influence. Where is it? Okay. So it needs only 80 alteration orbs. I mean, we can buy a base, a good base, and just craft it on our own. Doesn't have to have this. Has to have item level 85. I don't think it needs, but fuck it. And we go with runic hatchet. Runic hatchet. Or we can go with this axe, but I guess this is better. We write this, and this guy. I mean, ideally, what we do right now will also save us money as well. Never playing melee. Okay, bro. 14. No thanks. So what we would need is a lot of alterations, and we just go through it, reroll, reroll, reroll. And when we hit the high roll of faster bleeding, then we're gonna, oops, then what we're gonna do is just annul if we have any other modifiers, which we don't need, and go from there. Thank you. Go back. And we do this. This should have used quality things before, but I don't think it even matters on our build. Now we need suffix. So every time we get a prefix, we use this. If you hold Alt, you'll see more info.
Hello, hello, hello.
Currency exchange. Chaos orb. And Alt. Now I doubt people would use this. Let's say 25C. What is this tax, bro? 90. Jesus fucking Christ, bro. The system is so good, they just had to fuck it up that way, bro. Old bitch. Okay. I hope this is gonna be enough. Let's keep rolling. Oh, it's right here. Tier 2 is fine. I won't be fucking with it too much.
Ahoy there!
Now, if you are crafting something, oops, if you are crafting something, I would advise you to craft an actual good item, like don't half-ass it. Oh, I
What
bought
have you
anvil.
got for me?
But if you are crafting something, just craft a good fucking item. Unless you are on a budget, of course. Okay, so it has only one hard time modifier. Now what we do is we take this and put it on here. We click on this, we apply to this. Now what do we have here? Prefix. I think it's good enough. Damage over time multiplier. Oh no, we need a prefix open. Oh no, we have this. So this is already a decent X. If we copy and paste it into here, craft an item, he's not losing all that much DPS. And it's better than the one he had, the min-max normal version. So I would call this a win. We can also make this better by crafting this, because it goes from 21 to 30, and actually can have up to 3. I don't remember if it's a prefix or suffix, but if it's a suffix, you can make pretty good X out of this. So yeah, I would say this is part 1 of crafting yourself a decent build for, or not a build, but decent items for Shieldstraw. And I will see you in the part 2, where we will be crafting gloves, helmet, boots, and belt. Let's see how it goes. See you in the next one.